Okay. We're doing good so far. You haven't left yet. Okay. Do you know who Sandra is? Sandra Wills. She's probably going to be looking for
I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. And man's empty praise and treasures in vain were never enough. Then you came along and put me back together. Now every desire is now satisfied here in your love. And I want to declare this. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, nothing is better than you. I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me brave. Now hear this out. 'Cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley. And there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. Let's sing this together. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, nothing is better than you. We come here to declare some good stuff, some good word. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. And you're the only one who can. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for
morning. I've been very excited and nervous at the same time. I have never spoken in front of so many people before. Well, I take it back. I spoke in front of a bunch of first graders. Over 100 first graders. They are very intimidating, probably more than you guys. I just want to share this. 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. Um, it was pretty hard. The left side of my face got completely numb. I couldn't really eat or smile or wink. It was quite an experience. I never even heard about Bell's palsy. So I was like, there is no way that I will be able to get in front of all these women and, giving my testimony, looking like I felt like a monster. But, the Lord healed me, and quicker than, most people, when they get it, is usually it will take weeks, sometimes months. And sometimes some people don't even, don't heal completely from it. So I want to thank all of you that prayed for me. I felt your prayers, and I'm here right now. And I'm getting ready to go ahead and give you my testimony. I wrote it down because I knew I didn't want to be all over the place. Okay. My name is Sandra Wills. For those of you who don't know me, I am from Bogota, Colombia. I moved to the United States in 1992 after waiting 3 long years to get my papers. It was not easy, and they were the longest 3 years of my life, it seemed like. My mom had moved to the United States so that my sister and I could have a better life. She said, guys, I'm gonna leave, but I will get you. Just be patient. I was 12 years old, and my sister was 13, and she said, I will get you. It took a while, but she got it done. She's here today. Okay, so when I finally got my papers, I was overjoyed and very thankful to God. Life in Colombia wasn't easy for us. My parents got divorced when I was 12 years old. My sister and I lived with our grandparents until we got the papers. I always felt like God had his hand on us. A lot of my friends were into drugs, but I never got into that. I never was interested in any of that. Some of my friends got into prostitution. They even called me and asked me if I would do it, and I said no, of course not. They asked me if I was interested in becoming one when I was 16 years old. My answer was always no. And I can see now that God's hand was always protecting me. I felt like coming to the United States will give me a chance of a better life. When I got to the United States, I moved to my uncle and my aunt's house in Miami, Florida. I didn't know any English. I started going to English classes, and there I met these 2 girls. They seemed like very nice girls. So I started hanging out with them. They like to party a lot, and I like to dance salsa a lot. I love to dance salsa. My dad always would teach me how to dance salsa and merengue. That's the kind of music that we listen to in Colombia. It's salsa, merengue, cumbia, which anyway. But anyway, I always wanted to I just love to dance. From the moment I was small, I just love going to just dancing. We will be in the living room and we will dance and dance and dance. Anyways, so I met these 2 girls, and they were like, you want to go dance? I was like, sure, let's go. And we will just go, and we will go party, dancing, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, even Sundays. We would just be there dancing for hours. Yeah. So anyway, I was quite the dancer, yes. Anyway, I always had the feeling, when I would go out dance, I would feel great, but then I would get home. Next morning, I felt empty inside. I was like, it's fun when you're dancing and having fun with your friends, but at the same time, I was like, I just felt empty. My life felt empty. I didn't feel like there was no purpose. This cannot be life, just going out and dancing and drinking. So anyway, I will feel good for a while, short time, but then I felt really just empty inside. One Saturday night, I met this guy in one of the clubs. His name was Humberto. I thought he wasn't that good looking, but he could dance salsa, and that's all I care. I'm like, man, he's ugly, but he can dance, and that's all I care. But anyway, if he can dance, you know what? He has to be the one. That's how blind I was. Like, I wasn't even thinking about, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? I was like, he can dance. I didn't really know much about him, but, I was so immature and so blind that I didn't even care how he was. Okay, after dating for a few months, he asked me if I would go to Medellin, Colombia with him. Medellin is about an hour from Bogota if you take a plane, but if you drive, it's probably 15 hours drive because Medellin is down in the mountains, Bogota is up higher. So without hesitation, he did ask me to live with him, and without hesitation, I said yes. Yeah, let's go. I told my family that we were going to Medellin just for vacation. My mom didn't want me to go, and she kept insisting that I not go. But I was determined. I was determined to go and live with him. And so we stopped in Bogota. My family is from Bogota, so we stopped in Bogota to visit my family before we headed to Medellin. My dad did not like him at all. As soon as he saw him, he told me. He told me how he felt, and he told me how he felt in front of him, which I thought that was rude, but I can see why now, While we were in there at my grandma's house, Humberto called my mom, and I'll never forget this. He called my mom, and he said, Gloria, I won. I got her. And I will never forget when he said that to her. I will never forget my mom's reaction. She got on the phone, and she's like, Sandra, please, don't go with him. And she cried, and she begged me, but I didn't care. I was determined to go. So I went anyway. We went to Medellin. At that time, Medellin was a very dangerous place. The drug lords were in charge of the city. And Pablo Escobar, I don't know if you guys have heard about Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar was the leader of the drug dealings there. He was the most dangerous and the most popular drug dealer that Colombia has ever had. He had tortured and killed thousands of innocent people. He was a cold-blooded killer, and he had many people working for him. I remember one night, in the middle of the night, I was sleeping, and I heard all these bombs. It was boom, 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 the loudest booms, and they kept getting closer to our house. I remember getting on my knees and saying, Lord, get me out of this country. I don't know what's going on. He was bombing a lot of the political offices all around. When I moved to Medellin, Humberto was very sweet, but just for a short time. He became very jealous, angry, and started drinking and partying a lot. One day at his mom's house, he and his brother took a loaded gun, and I saw him taking this loaded gun. And he left to kill a guy that supposedly killed their brother. When he got back, I asked him if he killed him, and he said, yep, with no remorse. I knew right then that I was living with a monster. I asked him, how can you sleep knowing that you ended someone's life? But he didn't care. He had no remorse of ending a human life. He told me one morning that if I ever tried to leave him, he will have his friends rape me and burn me. He became physically and emotionally abusive. He would leave me home alone every night and would go out to parties. I became very depressed to a point that I didn't want to wake up in the mornings. I would wake up in the morning and I would think, another day. I don't have to live another day. I was just very depressed. I knew that my mom and a lot of people were praying for me, and I felt their prayers. One morning, I woke up from a nightmare, and it was a different kind of nightmare. It's just weird. It was a fire, I don't know, but it was weird. I was home alone, and I felt very lonely, of course, lost and depressed. I got on my knees that morning, and I immediately started crying, asking God to please, Lord, take control of my life. I could not stop crying. I put my life in his hands. I said, Lord, please take my life. Just guide me, because I can't do this anymore. I couldn't live this life anymore, and to please guide me and lead me. I could not stop crying. It was an amazing feeling because I could feel God's presence. It's the first time I ever felt his presence. It was the best feeling I have ever had. The emptiness that I felt all of my life felt completely full, and it had been full ever since. I felt joy in my heart. I have surrendered my life to the Lord Jesus Christ, and I couldn't feel more happy and content. The next day, I asked Humberto to please let me go. Let me go back to Miami. And to my surprise, he let me go. He said, okay. He took me to the airport with no problem. I went back to Miami. They had a lot of apologizing to do. I apologized to my family for lying to them. These all happened within a few months. I moved to Benton, Illinois. I love this town. I do. I moved to Benton, Illinois to live with my mom, my stepdad, and my brother. I started going to the gym just to do something. I arrived in Benton, and there I met my future husband, Brad Wills. When I saw him, it was really love at first sight. I went to the gym and I saw this guy and I said, you know what? He's the one. I just felt it. I just felt it in my heart. I saw him and I said, you know, he's just the one. I felt like God revealed that to me. He was going to be the one, and he was. So anyway, I felt like God revealed that to me, that he was the one. After I became a Christian, my prayer was always that he will grant me a good Christian man, and he did. I couldn't feel more blessed. When Humberto found out that I had a boyfriend, I don't know how he found out, but he did. He threatened me again. He told me that he hopes it's not true, and that he said I have a boyfriend because he will find me. And so when he said that, of course, I felt scared. But my mom and I never ceased to pray. We prayed and prayed. A few weeks later, I got a call that Humberto had been shot and killed while riding a motorcycle with a friend. I hated the fact that he got killed in such a horrible way. His body was unrecognizable. But I also felt more at peace and relieved. Later on, I found out that he used to work for Pablo Escobar. He was one of his minions. He was a drug dealer. And Humberto had no problem of ending someone's life. He could have very well killed me, but the Lord had a different plan for me. Brad and I got married we got married November 5th, 1994. We have been happily married for 25 years, 26 years next month. I couldn't have asked for a better husband, father of my children, and his family could not be more of a blessing. I love him. We have 2 wonderful children, and I am happy to say that they both love the Lord. They have given their life to the Lord. I surrender my life to Jesus, and he has guided me ever since. He has not abandoned me, and I feel his love every single day of my life. God uses suffering to get us on our knees and to get our attention. Like Elizabeth Elliot, I don't know if you guys have heard, I love Elizabeth Elliot. I always listen to her podcast. Elizabeth Elliot once said, "Suffering is not for nothing. The deepest things that I have learned in my own life have come from the deepest suffering. And out of the deepest waters, the hottest fires, have come the deepest things that I know about God. The greatest gifts of my life have also entailed the greatest suffering. Suffering is not for nothing. It is often through the deepest suffering that God teaches his people the deepest lessons. As we trust the Lord in our trials, he brings us to a greater assurance of his love and sovereignty, knowing that he works all things together for the good of those who love him." So when Jesus comes knocking to your door, don't hesitate to open that door. Don't fight it. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you for coming.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sandra. I love hearing your trust in the bad situations and just leaning on God and knowing he's going to take you through. That was awesome. Okay, so now we're going to lighten a few things up and we're going to play a little game. So, don't make me pull you out of here. So I need 5 volunteers. It's going to be fine. We're going to have fun. Yeah, girl. Come on. We got 2. We got 3. Will you help me? Come on. Oh, Lacey's just helping me, so she's not dancing or anything. We got 4. We need 1 more. Are you doing it? Oh. 1 more. 1 more. Yeah, you will. Woo! All right. Okay, we're going to get 1 minute on the clock, Tammy, whenever you have a minute. Are you? I'm down here. Well, we can put a timer on and we can all, however you want to do it.
We can do that.
Yeah. Just spread yourselves out a little bit. Now we can grab whichever one we want to start with. Let's get the. Yeah, we need each needs 3. Okay, you're gonna spread out, and you're each gonna get 3 balloons. So just hold on to them. Well, I wonder if we should go down lower. You think we should go down lower, Michaela? I don't want to hit your piano. I don't want to hit your piano. She'll get a new one. Just keep holding your balloons. Hey, let's introduce ourselves while we're sitting here. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Trisha. I'm from Taylorville. I came with Shelly. You're going to hear from her later.
Woohoo!
You know me. I'm Jamie, and I'm from Holy Nation in Cairo, Illinois.
I'm Ramona Stacy. I'm from Cairo, Illinois.
Mary Fry, Benton, Whittington Church Regular. Ann Johnson, and I'm here because of my grandchildren.
Woo! Give them a round of applause, girls. All right. Can we put on something fun? Some music? I mean, you could. No? Tammy's down here. You guys lost her. You guys are in charge. Okay, so here's the deal. You have 3 balloons and 1 minute. And you get to win a prize if you do it. So what you have to do in 1 minute is keep all balloons in the air. You throw. I think you should get a prize just for that. Okay, so you're going to have 1 minute on the clock. Who's got the clock? Tammy's got it. You're going to tell me when to go. And you have to keep all 3 of those balloons in the air. Go! Throw them up, throw them up, throw them up. Whoever wins, you're going to win a prize. Come on, girls. You got it. You got it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Focus, focus, focus. You got it. You got it. Cheer them on, ladies. You got it. Woo! That was awesome. Okay, honestly, for that effort, I think they all get a prize.
Just keep it up high.
Hey, pick one out, girl, on your way down. Pick one out on your way down. That was so much fun. Just leave them. They're pretty. All right. Yes. Pick which one you want. You got it. No, it's not too big. You're fine. You're worth it. All right. So right now, here shortly, we're going to take a break. But right now, can I get the committee and anybody that helped out with arranging or decorating or anything to do with the committee today to raise your hand or stand up? These ladies have worked hard. They have slaved away and planned for months, so they need a little bit of recognition. Okay, so we're going to take a 15-minute break. Due to the social distancing, we're going to release you guys by tables. So everybody, you have a table number on your table. The bathrooms, like I said, are back there to the left. And, yeah, there's hand sanitizer and everything else like that. And if you do need another water or something like that, don't feel free to ask any of us around. And now's a good time to open your snacks. So tables 1 through 10, you're free to go to the restroom. And honestly, if you do have to go ahead. Like, I don't want you holding it, getting a bladder infection.